Hey guys, my name's Justin and welcome to Hellsboro, where we care about the design behind designer luxury. And if you do too, make sure to subscribe, right? There. I picked somewhere different this time, so I don't know. So for today's video, I thought it would be fun for me to do a review of my Prada Invites Elizabeth Diller black nylon backpack slash clutch with silver hardware, nylon webbing straps. And yeah, I love this bag. This is actually one of my favorite bags. It's one of my like bucket list bags for sure. So not to dwell on it, but this bag was part of a collaboration that Prada had with three different architects, three women architects actually, and my favorite architect did a bag and I think a dress. Once I saw it existed, I knew I needed to have it. Unfortunately, I was too poor at the time to get it. But then I randomly saw it pop up on, I think it was like The RealReal, and I actually like made a TikTok about it, and people are like, it's fake, and I'm like, this is not commercial enough to be fake. Yeah, I don't know, it was just kind of serendipitous that I got one of my dream bags. But I thought it would be fun to talk about it. And one of the things I wanted to say is that a lot of my bag reviews that I'm going to be doing are probably going to be more focused on like vintage or unique bags that are maybe not in production anymore, just because that's kind of my taste in bag. I like bags that have a bit of history or a little bit more of a story behind them. So I'm just gonna go through them, and if you like it and you're able to find the bag, then this is the review for you. But if you also just want to like see what this bag is all about, this is also for you. So if you are new here, I like to do my bag reviews on 5 different categories: design, durability, comfort, investment value, and impact. All right, so let's dive in. So design. For me, like, I know I just spoke about it, but like the bags that I like to buy, they have a lot of that kind of design aspect to it. So it is a Prada bag, and it has, you know, a little insignia there. And it is like that really iconic Prada nylon. But I think one of the most interesting things about this bag, at least for me, is that it is one of those kinds of like convertible bags, and it's meant to be worn multiple ways. Like it looks like a rectangle, and then there's like a little strap here, and you are meant to like carry it like, you know, with your hand. But then the cool thing is that it also has magnets, so it actually pops open. You can undo this buckle. You actually you can wear it like a life vest. I think this is why sometimes if you see the description of this bag, you'll see it described also as a backpack. It kind of acts as a backpack in a way. When it comes to like, oh, is it like a super fashionable bag? I would say probably not. But just the fact that like, you know, an architect who's like world renowned at this point now, and is the principal architect of a namesake firm in New York City, and like she's had projects all across the world, but I mean more notably she's done like projects in New York. Like she's been a part of the Hudson Rails project, she did the High Line, along with like a lot of other interesting like exhibitions. Like there was actually a pavilion called Blur in Switzerland that like it was a building but not, because it made of mist. I don't know, I'll put a picture up. So the fact that Prada invited her to collaborate using like the Prada design codes, like nylon and these like really like utilitarian type buckles, and create something that, I mean, I've definitely never seen a bag like this before, I think is astonishing, and it's really cool. But let's take a closer look at this bag. So like I said, it's black nylon, and then there are some like leather details when it comes to the webbing, like the trim, there is some leather. And then the hardware is like super shiny silver. It's already starting to get a little scratched because I have worn it quite a few times, which is, you know, meant to happen, right? We're supposed to love and wear our things. But then it has 3 pockets, 2 on the like the front or like the chest, and it just pops open with these kinds of I don't know, it's not a seatbelt. I don't know, what kind of buckle is this called? Safety buckle? But then it has like really like deep and like super like they can fit quite a lot. I will say, yeah, like you can fit my whole hand. Something that's kind of funny to me is like the backside has a zipper that goes like all across the back. So like I guess like, you know, if you want to put your umbrella or your $5 footlong, you can stuff it in there. Do they still do that? I don't think they do that anymore. Inflation's really ruining the world. Oh my god. Yeah, and then like I said, there's like the Prada insignia on the back, a little like logo triangle. And then the closure, I guess. Like, of course, like there's this hardware, but then I don't know if you would call it closure, but there are magnets. And you can see like how they're sewn. If you're familiar with my channel at all, you know like it's all about the details, it's all about the versatility, and it's definitely about like the thought process behind the making of the bag, right? One thing that was really cool about this purchase for me was it also came with like a little booklet, and it just gives a little background on the thought process behind the bags. So you can see there's a whole section for Elizabeth Diller, and then they even have like pictures of prototypes. I don't know, being able to see prototyping on a luxury good, I think is just so incredibly, insanely cool. When you think about the design process that happens for all these luxury goods, you don't really get a behind the scenes look, and like, sure, it's just a few photos, but I just think that's super cool. Okay, I've gone long enough about the design. You can tell, I think, where this is heading, but this, for me, the design, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. So next category is durability. So I know I already talked about the material of it and a little bit about the hardware, but for me, when you're taking a look at a material like nylon, if you think about nylon, there's like ripstop nylon, there's a lot of like flimsy nylons as well, but then I don't know what the technical term is for the nylon that Prada uses because I'm not that kind of smart. It has this very like substantial feeling. It almost feels like a nylon that you would find on like a high quality jacket or something like that. Something that you wouldn't be worried about it getting snagged on something. I think I said this before in one of my other reviews, but like, I'm not very gentle with my bags because if I'm gonna use something, I want to use it and I want to enjoy using it, and I don't want to be afraid of using it. So like, I will like put this on a chair, like slam it down on a table. Well, not slam it down, but I'll like pop it on the table. I'll like play with the magnets. I'll like click and unclick, and I'll like wear it, and then I'll take it off, and you know, I'll use the bag. I mean, sure, there's like a little bit of wear on like the super shiny silver hardware on the buckles, but other than that, I'm seeing like zero signs of wear. Maybe a little bit of dust because I am a slob. I also have to say, like, this is one of those things where like, this is a special piece, it's a limited edition, and like, if you're going to be doing a collaboration with an architect who, like, let's face it, like anyone in the creative field, if they're gonna do something out of their wheelhouse, they are gonna still have like a discerning eye, and they're not gonna collaborate on something that they don't fully believe in. So of course, like, the construction of this is really well done. Like, all the seams feel super tight and stiff, and like the magnets, I mean, I know like magnets lose their magnetism if you use them a lot or something like that, but for me, like, I haven't noticed anything like that. I wholeheartedly will give this, for durability, a 10. So the next topic, which I think if you care at all, you're probably curious about the comfort. It is a clutch, but then it also is a backpack, I guess. Because it is a backpack, that does, to me, mean that it is very comfortable. Like, of course, like, a clutch is a clutch is a clutch. You hold it with your hand, you're like, like, Okay. Which also I do like holding it like this sometimes because I'm like, oh, it's like I'm holding an envelope or something. But then the act of wearing it, even like, here's the thing, when I'm using it, I probably stuff it way more than I should. Which is like, fine. I think all of us do that with our bags. We want to be prepared. But that means like, if it's full of stuff, like I have my phone, my dairy pills, my like, I don't know, a couple of knives or something in the back, whatever it is, I do not notice because, yeah, it acts like a backpack. The construction of the shoulder part is so wide, it distributes the weight really nicely. So even if I have it like fully packed like I do when I use it, I really don't notice it. I mean, I also like feel like kind of like a tool when I wear it like this, but I'm also like, I'm not carrying anything, so that's great. You know, you can also like double fist like your Four Loko and then you're like pack of cigarettes and you're good to go, you know? Perfect bag for the Floridian on the go. It's a super comfortable bag, honestly, and for that I will give it a 10. Okay, so investment value. For me, this is one of those items where it is meant for like a niche group of people. If you just like upload this to like Vestar Collective or eBay or whatever, you're probably not gonna get like the kind of response that you would get like on Gucci, Balenciaga, Hourglass bag or something from Fendace or whatever, like any of these like recent bags that had a lot of like cultural impact. But I do think for a specific niche group of people, you could still get like a fair amount for this. Sure, it might take a while, but then once like the right group of people sees it, they'll probably pay like whatever it takes to get this bag, you know? When I saw this bag, I think the bag basically had only been up for like a day or two. And then I like swooped it up because I needed it. And like, I'm pretty sure it would sell that fast. Cause like if you Google this bag now, it's nowhere to be found. So for me, I would actually say like investment value as far as like, oh, I can make like $20,000. No. But investment value as like, it is a hot commodity, and if I were to put this up for sale, I'm sure I could sell it within like a couple days. I would actually give pretty much like a 10. Alright, so we're on to the last category, which is impact. So I know what you're thinking. You've been watching this whole video through, and you're like,
wow, he really loves that ugly bag.
and you know what? You're right. But that's the thing too. This is a kind of an ugly bag. So when I wear this bag, it is not a popular bag shape. No one really knows. The only thing that lets people know that it's luxury is it has like the Prada logo on it. It's a statement bag for sure because of the versatility, but you're not gonna, I don't think you're gonna get like the same kind of attention you would as if it was one of the more like viral bags. The only time I've ever gotten attention for this bag is when I wore it around my design friends. And they were like,
oh my gosh, like, I love the construction of it, it's versatile, blah, blah, blah.
things like that. So like, of course, like if you're in like the right audience, like people are gonna notice it, but it's not one that you wear expecting people to say like,
Oh my god, is that the Prada Invites Elizabeth Diller clutch slash backpack?
no, that's not gonna happen. But like I said, you don't always want attention. And like if you want something like unique, but still subtle, I think this is the bag for you. But that means that, you know, we've seen 10s across the board, but then for this one, I'm gonna give it a 5. So, totaling up the score, it pretty much gets it to like a low A, which, I mean, for one of my bucket list bags, I definitely think a low A, perfect. Because, you know, there's no such thing as a perfect bag, whatever. But for me, this is almost as close to perfect as a bag you could get. It's made by my favorite architect. It's very versatile wear, it interacts with your body. It's an iconic Prada material in the nylon, and it's limited edition. I love limited edition stuff. So for me, I think that's pretty much well deserved, and I have no complaints about it. Yeah, let me know what you think of this bag. Do you think it's very ugly? Do you think it looks too much like a life jacket to actually be practical? Or do you love it, and are you completely jealous that I have this super rare bag made by a really cool architect? Let me know. I love hearing from you guys. But that is all I have for you today. So if you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. It lets me know that you like this kind of content and that you too care about the design behind designer luxury. So, until next time, I'm gonna go jump in the ocean or something.